Well, this is rather fabulous, darling. I love that we're live. And it's June, and we are live. Hello, Dee Dee. How lovely to see you. Hello, Diva and Shauna. Hello, sweetheart. Oh, we've got some lovely people joining. That's fantastic. I'm just going to chill out for a few more moments and see who else is online before we get started with our seduction workshop. Oh, my goodness me. I've just been to the gym. I feel really pumped. It was amazing. However, as I was stepping out onto that escalator to come down, I stood on my own foot and I didn't realise I had until I got off and I couldn't walk properly. That is my story for you this evening. Oh, thank you, Titi. I've tried to do my hair a little bit because my mum, if she watches this back, she'll be like, mate, you could have done your hair properly. That's my mum. Hi, Lydia. Well, hello, lady, Amy. Oh, this is a nice, what day is it? Thursday. It's a lovely and beautiful Thursday evening. I don't know where you guys are in the world, but I'm based in Newcastle, which is the party city, of course. I absolutely love it here and I can't leave. I'm an honorary Geordie now and I've been here for about 18 years. I tell you what it is, that weather, bro. Oh my goodness me, I'm freezing. I'm absolutely freezing. It's rain and everything. So if you're at Download Festival, oh, sucks to be you. Bless you. Oh, who else have we got here? Oh, we're on to double figures now. We do love a double figures. Hello, sweetie pie. Nice to see you. Right. Let's give it a few more moments and then we'll get started. And that will be no problem at all. Oh, I've got my main babe right here. Good old Betty Page. She's very comfortable at night. It's a lovely pillow. It's very comfortable. Okay. I hope everyone's had a lovely day today, even though the weather's been a bit rubbish. Well, in Newcastle, I keep forgetting that we're all in different places in the world. But it's been a bit chilly, willy, and rainy. I performed at a festival this weekend and had to wear wellies because it was very muddy. I'm pleased I had wellies. It was I had a really good time. It was absolutely fantastic. And again, it was a bit nippy. And again, it was rainy. But oh boy, that audience was lush. They were absolutely fabulous. They were really, really good. Oh, we've got 16. Absolutely brilliant. We're becoming legal. Love it. Okay, so we're into 3 minutes worth of me talking about my day. I think we should perhaps get started. So anyway, hello everybody, good evening. Thank you very much for joining me here. It's an absolute pleasure. This is brilliant. So thank you very much, Diva, for asking me to do this. I'm thrilled. Seduction is my favourite thing in the world. It's just, I cannot get enough of it. And for the past 8 years, I have researched into it so much that I think everyone else around me is sick of seduction. I don't know how you can be, darling, but people probably are. Okay, well, my name is Trixie Blue, and welcome to my boudoir. Dad jokes are not optional, unfortunately. They are definitely compulsory for this session. Based in Newcastle, as we have literally just established, and I am a burlesque performer that performs all over. Wherever you want to book us, I'll nick off and go there. Love it. All the seduction on any stage in any part of the world. That'll ding dang do for me. Not only that, and oh, I see some lovely students of mine just joining the conversation, which is absolutely fantastic. Nice to see you, and I saw you last night and all. Hope you're working hard. I don't roll with an iron fist, but I am a teacher as well. So I have a PGCE in performing arts, and once I had to teach a GCSE maths lesson for subbing for And that was just awful. I can tell you now, I'm definitely performing arts-based. I can add, subtract and multiply, but I can definitely divide and conquer. Again, another dad joke. Okay, moving swiftly on. My experience with burlesque is I've been in the industry for 10 years and I have a Master's of Research degree in arts, specialising in burlesque and the burlesque film. Not the burlesque film, but the burlesque film genre. Just asterisk that part and plonk it down there. So today, we're going to look at seduction for the next 25 minutes of your existence. Within this session, our aim is ultimately to have fun and to learn the fundamentals of maybe one or two tricks of seduction for stage or for pleasure, depending on where you want to go with it. With regards to this, we need to define what seduction is first, so we're all on the same page. So I personally define it from all these years of experience. It's very dictionary definition and it's very straightforward, so we don't have any grey areas, even though there's loads. Seduction is the art of seducing someone by being a tempting entity or being very fabulous. Okay. And with this workshop, we're going to have a little look at a few tips and tricks, and then there's a few questions in the group, in the group, what am I talking about, in the event, which we're going to answer to. If you do have any questions, you're very welcome to plonk them in the comments. That's absolutely super duper. And if I have time after this session, and what am I talking about? If I have time in the session, I'll answer them. But if we do run over time, I will answer them, and I will do that either in the, I don't actually know how it works, if you can comment back after. Oh, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Anyway, I will make sure I answer them. So, are you ready? Because I am. Let's get this party started. So, the ultimate thing about seduction, especially for stage, is that you need to be authentic. Being rehearsed is fine. Practice definitely makes perfect, but it's being authentic, being in that moment, using Mauritius theory of being in the moment and being present. That is the most important thing. You can, of course, rehearse, but if you do it off the cuff and worked with your audience, it's so much more potent and, dare I say, electric. It's fantastic. So I'm going to start off with the big guns. Rather than start slow and go up, let's dive straight in. Let's go for it. Diving straight in. With regards to being in the moment and being authentic, there is one thing that you and I are that is exactly the same, and that is alive. And we can all breathe. So hopefully you'll be doing this at home with me. If not, I would love to see a video or something like on Instagram and tag us in it or something like that, of using your own breath to make sure that you are seducing your audience. I'll show you what I mean. So you're going to take a deep breath in, you're going to hold it, pause for the anticipation, and then you're going to drop that breath. Are we ready? I'll look like a Burke first. So here we go. So you take a nice deep breath in, and it needs to be audible. Ready? After Teddy, go. And breathe out. Nice stuff there. Hopefully at home you're having a go too. But of course this isn't tarted off enough for me. With seduction, you need to take a deep breath in. Whilst doing that, it needs to be audible. You need to make that chest, oh yeah, make that chest rise and fall. No matter how you identify, it's all about making yourself be alive in that moment. You pause the anticipation, and then you let that breath come out and be very audible. So, with your senses ready, take it. Oh, beautiful deep breath in and out. Okay, still, we're building on this one. With this breathing, you can flounce around the stage, walk about the stage, stopping every so often to and hold as you breathe out, okay? Employing the next part, which is eyes, lips, chinny chin chin, shoulder shoulder shoulder, eyes, lips, chinny chin chin, shoulder shoulder shoulder. It's like some sort of like shit heads, shoulders, knees and toes, isn't it? That's ridiculous. Anyway, moving swiftly on. When you're breathing, you want to make your eyes very, very soft. The eyes do a lot of the talking. They are soft, they're not big and wide, because that, for one, it looks a little bit scary, and for two, that's not at all seductive. Your eyes are very soft. You blink softly, but as you blink, you don't open your eyes in the same place. For one, that would look like a really shit wink. And you would open them and look to different parts of the room or different audience members. Cool. With that, teamed with the breathing makes it very potent. And before we go back with that breathing, we've got those eyes so they're soft. It's a look and it's a look away. A look and a look away. We need to move to the mouth. So mouth-wise, whatever you do, if you're trying to seduce your audience, trying to seduce your partner, yourself, make sure that your lips are not smiley, because that's not particularly very seductive. It is fun. It is great. You can team the eyes exactly the same. But if you keep your mouth loose-lipped, it's difficult to set. Luckily, I haven't got any gin. Thank goodness I haven't got any gin. If your lips are loose, don't need to have to pout them, but they need to be open, because it's a bit weird if you have closed mouth. Open and soft. Ooh. I'm a bit of a pouter, I'm not going to lie. So that's going to come out now. So let's employ those three things together: the breathing, the deep breath in, the hold, and the breath out, and the soft eyes that look into different directions, and the soft lips that aren't big and smiley. So after Teddy, ready, Teddy, go. Lovely. I hope nobody in my house at this moment in time can hear me breathing. That would be very strange. Once more, so I'll show you again. Of course, I've talked about shoulders and chinny chin chin, but we'll be about that in a second. So, loose eyes, loose eyes. What am I talking about? Loose eyes. Light eyes. I don't even know what light eyes. What's light eyes? You know what I mean? Like eyes, just eyes in general. So soft eyes. There really. Soft eyes, soft eyes, and ooh, lips with a deep breath in. Ready, Teddy, go. Lovely. Okay, chinny chin chin, shoulder shoulder shoulder. Eyes nice and soft, lips nice and loose. Chinny chin chin, it is to the side. You try not to be seductive, too much face on. I mean, look at that. Like me coming right to the camera is quite frightening, isn't it? Yeah. Think about being sexy face on. It's all right, but side on. Ooh, hello, darling. Hello, side face. Smashing. So with this side face, your chin is quite low, but to the side, so you don't get that Jabba the Hutt chin thing going on. I'm always looking out for you, babe. Always looking out for you. So chin is down to the side, shoulders. You don't want to give it all the way for free straight away, right? You want your shoulders to come in and rise out. Let's move this hair out the way. Mum, I'm moving my hair. I'm not touching it. She's not here, so she'll watch it later. That's just for her. So with this, you bring the shoulders in and the chin down and out. Okay, let's do this with the eyes, the loose lips, the deep breath in, and the shoulders and the chin. It's quite a lot there. Ready? Teddy, go. And I finished it off with a smile because that made me feel happy, baby. So with these tools of seduction, this is a mini masterclass. It goes so much deeper, so much further. It's absolutely phenomenal, the amount of things that you can plonk into performance for seduction. It is absolutely crazy. But seduction is something that you need to work on. It does come with practice. It doesn't have to be something that you believe that you have to be born with. You can be seductive. It's like riding a bike. You can't just ride a bike without practice or learning first. So don't worry if you think, hang on a minute, mate, I don't feel very seductive. I don't believe that I can do this. Practice, 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 and it will be so worth it in the end. Practice with a mirror. Oh God, that was a bit bright. Whee! Practice with a mirror, or if the idea of a mirror is not your favorite thing, practice to music. Oh yeah, the rise and the fall of the chest, the eyes of the pursed lips, the looseness, the chin, and the anticipation. Remember, face on is quite frightening. Side on is a little bit better. Well, it is better, not a little bit better. It's much better. It's the way to go for it. Don't go first, I'll do side on. I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay. This next section is going to be our Q&A section. However, I'm going to bonus you. I'm going to give you a little bonus of seduction tip and put on these hands. So I'm a little bit annoyed with myself. I've had to take my fake nails off, right? And seriously, if you're not wearing nails, you're not doing drag. Seriously, I'm absolutely ashamed of myself. However, final thing that we're going to end on today, before we look at some questions, because there were some questions in the group, and if you have any questions now, plonk them down and grab a nose, is the cannon technique. Maha. Not like a pirate ship, but using your hands, predominantly this finger, your middle finger, to touch around your face, around your person, and if we ever run another session, or if you do discuss this with me at another time with your audience. Okay, middle finger, ignore the rest of them. Take this middle finger. You're going to plonk one on your face, and then the other one is going to lift up either higher or on that hand. Oh yeah, I can't help it. Keep winking. I don't know why I keep winking today. I'm just obviously loving life. I've got some fake eyelash on and some lippy. I'm just born for this. Okay, so inner finger, middle finger. Love it. Place one low, place one higher, and hold. You can do the breathing and the soft eyes and the loose lips. Oh yeah. with those fingers, or you can bring it across, holding, placing. As long as you don't go place. Oh, this is head, shoulders, knees and toes now, isn't it? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, or boobs and toes, boobs. Oh no, my boobs aren't that low. Rude. So rather than two hands on your head, one first and the other up. Ooh, bring yourself into them. Underneath, on top, and ooh. So employing this with the breathing, employing this with the eyes, employing this with the lips, employing this with the chin, employing this with the shoulders. The cannon, your bonus technique. One here, one there. Okay? Take a deep breath in. Ready, Teddy, go. It's as you breathe out. Side face and have some fun with it. Okay, so we have, just to recap, we have looked at very, very basic realms of seduction, the different parts that you can employ just on your top half. We've looked at the important part, which is being authentic, the breathing. Oh, the breathing is so important. Audible breathing makes it into a 4D performance. Your 3D standing in front of your audience or your partner, and your 4D is your breathing. If your audience can hear you, it offers another dimension for them. And of course, heavy breathing is incredibly seductive, right? Incredibly seductive, heavy breathing. Okay. So, here we go. What else? What else? What else? Where have I got to? Oh yeah, eyes, lips, shoulders, cannon, fingers. There we go. We've recapped that part. Okay. So we've had some questions, and we've had some questions in the group, which I'm going to answer first, right? So I've got it written here on my iPad. I'm feeling very technological. I can't even say the word, let alone know it. Bloody hell, right? Put my teeth in. Technological. We're going to start off with a lovely Diva. Diva had a question about props, right? So her prop question was about, what do you feel will be most seductive? And seriously, it is a very much a subjective thing. So it's whatever makes you feel fabulous. Whatever makes you feel incredible on stage is what you should use. I personally, as I do this research quite a lot, and I've employed a lot of effort and time into this. I feel personally that if you were just, not necessarily just you, but if you were just being on stage, you don't need anything to hide behind, unless you wish to use makeup. Makeup is absolutely fantastic to create emphasis around your eyes and your lips, the most important part of those particular facial expressions. And with that, if you use makeup, it can give you a mask so you don't necessarily feel as daft and you feel a little bit more seductive, darling, on stage. Thank you, Diva, for that. Okay. So the lovely Andromeda, fabulous lady, she mentioned something about feeling silly. So how do you overcome about feeling silly on stage? Okay, so feeling silly just means that you care, and it does mean that you care maybe what people do think of you, maybe what the audience think, and that's fine. I mean, you're here to do a job, you're here to present an act to an audience, but you must give yourself permission. Sounds a bit daft, but you must give yourself permission to just go with it, to be that person that is a little bit vulnerable on stage, to offer the audience your unique qualities. You need to give yourself permission, right? You just need to exaggerate yourself a little bit more. If you have a character, that's fine. Really hone that character, really think about that, really go for it, and just ultimately throw yourself into the performance Sure, you might feel like a bit of a Burke, but feeling a bit silly, again, as I said, just means that you care. And it means that the audience are going to absolutely love it if you throw yourself in, give yourself permission, and absolutely go crazy with it. Best thing to do is practice and see the difference. So practice your act at 50% of your effort. Look in that mirror, give yourself permission and be like, right, dude, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to be seductive. I'm going to be sexy. I'm going to be me on stage. And then practice your act at 100% and feel and see the difference. And note that that 100%, no matter what you feel you look like, is what your audience need and what they deserve as well. Hope that helps. Oh, hello. Next thing. Oh, thank you, the lovely Mary, being sensual and seductive off stage. So it does require just as much practice as you would be on stage. It's nothing that necessarily comes natural to some, and it's okay to be practicing seduction. That's fine. It doesn't have to be natural. I mean, as I said, you didn't be born riding a bike, so you don't have to be a natural seductress. But if you are feeling that you want to be really seductive, my biggest tip is to have a power item, okay? And this isn't anything to do with being a prop or a fan or anything, a prop or a fan, like a fan as a prop or something that you are wearing. My power item are my eyelashes. If I don't have those on stage, which has only happened a couple of times in my career, but it's happened, I feel I've lost a sense of my superpower on stage. So take some time to really find out what your power item is. It can be anything, not a prop, because that's not in every single act, because that would be a little bit naff, wouldn't it? But something like lipstick, eyelashes, maybe a text message from your mum before you go on stage, something like that, something to give you some power, okay? Give you invincibility. What else have we got? Where else have we got? Hang on. Gemma, oh, the lovely Gemma. Talking about facial expressions, keeping them when you're performing classically. So it depends on what you define as classical, ultimately, because of course there is a wide spectrum of things and a lot of people define classical as different. However, this is a broad answer for you, and I apologize, it's very broad, but no matter the era or the genre, the principles of seduction are the same, okay? I would recommend keeping everything light, very light smiles for being classical, very light, not too teethy, but not too boring either. They need to have something in between. Something in between. Keep your chin up and out. As I said before, chin was down, but if it's perhaps classical in the sense that I believe that you're thinking, if you keep it up and open and soft eyes and slow movements would be great. So like bump and grind and like neo-burlesque, perhaps obviously can change up a bit with their side face. Cheesecake, actually cheesecake's quite face on. You can keep it face on there, but you're not necessarily being seductive all the time with cheesecake, are we? But everything here is interchangeable, so there is no right or wrong answer. This is not gospel. This is not gospel. Okay. Finally, from Nico, we thought about a dead audience. How do you pick yourself back up when your audience isn't engaging? Ah, that's just one of those things. You want to tell the audience off, but don't. There is nothing worse than a dead audience, but rather than tell them off for being unengaged, you need to take your time to own your space. Take your time on stage. Own your space. Get yourself breathing and holding. Own that space. Look them dead in the eye. And there's one thing to have in your arsenal. Is to create a signature move or a facial expression. It's the same as your power item. If you feel that audience isn't engaged,